always need more.
I sense a fucking cold front coming in.
Oh, I fucking wish.
God, I
boy.
hope so.
Dang, it was 104 fucking degrees on that goddamn roof.
It was 110 when I left Gabe's.
Mm-hmm.
It was
And not only-
105 when I left work.
It fucking rained over there the other fucking weekend. I don't want to hear it.
Barely.
It
Connor, you
fucking poured
work
at your
in-
mom's house.
It was like urinary incontinence dribble. That's all
Connor,
we got.
you work inside. I don't want to fucking hear it.
And you when you feel wet, inclement weather.
You know what? Okay. You can climb up off a fucking rooftop and install shit.
Good, I can finally fulfill my wish of dying.
Climbing
There
on
you
a
go.
rooftop, I'm going to install shit. We can't sing that song. The dude who wrote that is a terrible pedophile.
Hey, pedophiles.
Really? Because I love
Why?
them. It tastes good with salt and pepper.
Why? Because I didn't rape you as a child? You're right. Anyway, welcome to Mental Morons. Just open with that shit. Anyway, we are here today on my birthday again. We are episode 83, which is outrageous. I didn't think that we were going to keep doing this for so long, because usually as a group we're collectively retarded and we can't keep a project going, but this one has been, so I'm super excited for that. We got a small celebrity, or we got a small little ring of people who absolutely know us from this freaking Subway and Burnett. Shout out to you guys. Last time I talked to the chick that was in there, who I think her name is Emmy. I don't know. I can't remember names. But yeah, she blushed when I asked her. She's listened to it. I was like, oh yeah. Bet.
So yeah, what happened? Enlighten me again.
So I went to Subway Wednesday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Because I was feeling like absolute shit. Like I just found out a childhood friend died, and like my mind was elsewhere.
My ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, actually, Connor's ex-girlfriend. His first kiss. But I went in there, and I was just like, I'm just gonna get Subway. I don't want to fucking deal with anything. I don't want to cook. And I walk in, and this dude, who's actually also named Ben, looks over at me and goes, "Holy shit, it's Dalton Slayton from Memento Morons." And I was like, what? And like the whole Subway's full, right? And like all of these tradies and stuff are in the back. And so him and this other chick, who remember when we went in there the other day, Matt?
Yeah.
It was that older chick and the younger one, and then that one dude. Like the younger
At a
at
Subway?
the Subway. Yeah, here, burn it.
Yeah. It was after Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
We didn't go to Subway after
We
Oppenheimer.
went to Whataburger.
Oh wait, no, it was before. It was the day.
I haven't
prior?
been to Subway in so
Oh no, it
long.
wasn't. Matt was not
Yeah.
there. Anyway, it was just
Me,
us three.
Ben, and Dalton.
Yeah, my
Oh,
bad.
okay.
I thought Matt was there. His presence is always in my heart. But anyway, so yeah, we're there. These two of the people were still there, and they were like talking about the podcast and stuff. And I was like, holy shit, like this is kind of cool. And one guy was like, they shut a podcast here? And the girl goes, no, they just have a podcast. I was like, can we do a podcast here? Like, mutual business here? It's like, go to the Subway and burn it. Why? Just because it's great.
Fuck yeah.
But no, it honestly made my day when I walked in and that guy was like, holy shit, I know you. You're from Memento Morons. It's like, huh, he knows me.
That's awesome,
So,
man.
It made my day, honestly. It turned it completely around, honestly.
It's like one time we were at one of those outlet stores in Brownwood, and some dude, one of my friends on Facebook, I was with Devin, and he's like, "Yo, Kanga Shroom!" I was like, "Hey, what up?" My wife's like, "People call you that?" I was like, "Yes." People know me, like people only know me as that sometimes.
But yeah, so it was pretty awesome. It was a good feeling, and I felt great afterwards. And I had a great day today, even though they told me they didn't need me at that job site anymore. I was like, fuck it, it's my birthday. I get to go home early and sit in my underwear. And they were like, that's podcast. Like, I got to put on clothes. So I'm just in a
My
shirt.
wife literally put on clothes just to come talk shit to you. She's like, I was like, oh, it's Dalton's birthday, so we're gonna podcast tonight. Like, oh, it's his birthday. I was gonna talk shit to him. I'm gonna go in there and say it. I'm like, dressed like that. She's like, I'll put on pants. Like, you better don't come in here in that donkey. You know what I'm saying, man? Get the, let me turn this
By the
off real quick.
way, hey, Dalton, you want to introduce us, or?
Yeah, let's
No.
do it.
I don't.
Okay.
I just want to talk. No. Anyway, so
It's birthday boy.
Oh, why are you pulling at Connor?
because his cat is unlocked.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's try this instead, Ben. Hold on a second.
No!
I just went to close my door. The cat just happened to be there.
Look, guys, it's me, Ben.
You're not doing it right.
Yeah, you don't even have the shades on.
And it's also got to be a folding knife.
I would fucking love if he accidentally cut himself right now. That'd be hilarious.
You got to have
Long
the
ways
shades
for
on,
results, sideways for attention.
and a folding knife, and a random accessory that you pulled from your fucking
I wonder
drawer.
if it could like be
Ew,
seen. I don't know. I have
fucking-
this random scar right here where I accidentally cut myself with my box cutter the other day because I was like cutting wire. I was like, oh, and I looked at it, it was like right beside the vein. Anyway, so joining us today is a man who can perform autofellatio but not spell it. Matthew.
AUTOFELICIO?
It's two L's.
MOUSE.
You almost had it.
dumbass.
Suck your own dick.
So
you
he
faggot.
can do full. So he can do autofill.
Yeah, I can do autofluff.
Autofellatio. Anyway, then we have a
autofellatio.
man who craves intimacy but does not crave leaving his own apartment. Connor. I thought of these as I was driving to work this morning, actually.
Bonito flakes.
Also,
Hey.
we have a man who's
Yeah.
so emotionally starved he doesn't know what a red flag is. Ben.
It's because he's
Red?
colorblind.
Red is a hot color, but so is yellow.
And then we
You
have a
like
man.
Asian chicks.
Hey,
Yeah.
I
Then we
wouldn't
have a
turn one down.
faggot birthday boy who's got the fattest cock and the weakest lungs.
I was going to say a man who finds red flags attractive, but that's just me.
Welcome to Sheldon Cooper's Fun with Flags. Today, my
Today
fat
is-
friend is going to fuck a flag. Give me that
I was
red
about to-
one.
I was gonna
Everyone say
today
happy-
is traumas from fathers.
Everyone say happy birthday to Dalton or your band.
Happy birthday, dear Mr. President. Happy birthday to you.
He is un birthday boy.
I
Birthday
literally
boy.
sung the Marilyn Manson version of the birthday to my
You
dad
mean the Marilyn
other day.
Monroe? The
Yeah,
Marilyn
Marilyn
Monroe
Monroe.
one?
Yeah, I don't know what I fucking said. I said it wrong, whatever it was.
You said
Marilyn Manson.
You said
I was thinking that
birthday,
too.
It's a happy birthday. But no, I was like I did it the happy birthday thing to my dad in the same way.
Yeah, this morning I just Googled us like happy birthday nude cards, and the first one that popped up was that one that looked just like your dad.
It really did. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
dude,
I guess
that's
it could
funny.
say it looks like me too.
I'm sorry it wasn't me, but it was the. Never mind.
It was the what? Say your jokes, fuck biscuit.
I'm sorry it
Bitch.
wasn't me instead of the altar boy.
Oh, you're talking about him being molested. Well, happy birthday, bud. Thanks for the memories, even though they
Thank you.
weren't so great. You taste like a Catholic, but sweeter.
It was a Methodist. Anyway,
I only dream in
Does he
the
do method
form of
acting?
crunching numbers.
You taste like
Remember when-
communion, but sweeter.
Remember when Fall Out Boys were good?
I remember when they had 2 songs that were good. That's all I
Yep.
care about. I don't care about them. All right, continue. Let's go.
Yep. And Dalton is muted. We can't hear shit.
Matt's muted too.
Is
Yeah,
it-
totally muted.
yeah, Matt's
God
muted.
damn it.
No, I have a problem. This thing will like randomly sync out and then just stop working. I don't know what the fuck's happening. Fucking work, motherfucker. I will punch you in the fucking dick. Anyway, so our topics are Kaiju, which I'm pretty sure I spelled wrong. Is AI good for creativity or something? Whatever Ben said, I only half listened to him.
God damn it.
Disturbed artists or creative kind of types. and off-the-wall experiments or random bullshit. I just put off-the-wall experiments because Ben and I both had one, so. And Connor's random bullshit is probably gonna be Stockholm Syndrome.
It's not an experiment.
He has first-hand experience with it.
It's not an experiment, though. He didn't fucking hypothesize shit. He didn't do the scientific method and try to get himself Stockholm Syndromeized.
Am I Stockholm Syndromeized? No. Okay.
My experience with Stockholm Syndrome is literally Mass Effect.
Look at your cat.
No, his cat's... you're Stockholm Syndrome to your cat because he's a bully.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, this is from Ben's very narrow view of hating your cat.
The cat hates me. I was playing with you guys on the Switch. We were playing fucking Mario Party. The fucking cat just walks up like, and I'm just like,
Ben,
what the fuck?
I gotta be honest. All pussy hates you.
Then how come I get laid?
It's called a hate fuck. It's a hate
Yeah,
fuck.
every
That
time.
happens.
That's the best kind of fucking.
Yeah.
And, I like some love fucking every now and then.
I'm gonna fuck you softly.
So anyway, we're talking about Kaiju now, because Kaiju is badass. I love giant monsters. I hate stories that have to have a human narrative. I love stories that got a big fuck-off monster blowing up cities, because humanity has failed us, and I'm tired of it.
Well, to be
Sometimes
fair,
Continue.
no, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, you kind of have to have that human element to an extent. I mean, I wish with a lot of movies it wasn't as prominent, but I mean, without that, then it's like, I mean, you could still have a movie without humans, but for some reason we have to put us in everything.
Just
Like,
do it to
fucking-
the In my opinion,
if you do, alright, you continue now. Sorry.
Continue.
So, one, humanity gave us giant robots, and we'll get into that at the same time with Kaiju, but we're on Kaiju right now. Two, do it like the old Godzilla movies did, where the humans were more supplementary to the monster scenario going on, you know?
To be fair, in the original Godzilla, if it wasn't for Oppenheimer, we wouldn't have him.
I mean, it doesn't say it's Oppenheimer, it just said the H-bomb did it.
Yes.
But he started.
I know, by proxy he did, I know.
Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
Have I?
I think he had his ears plugged.
My
half
favorite
fucking
part was
movie.
when Florence Pugh drowned herself.
No, my favorite part was
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Well, you kind of see a glove in there for a second too.
Yeah. No glove, no
It's-
love.
Ben's
So-
right.
Kaiju. Obviously, the most known one is Godzilla. He's literally king of monsters. I mean,
The second is Ben's mom's ass.
God damn it.
you can't get any better than Godzilla. I mean, he's
He's the king, man.
giant fucking lizard, radioactive breath, and in the old Godzilla movies, some weird fucking moves. You know the one where he literally just like lays backwards and flies towards the dude with his feet? Or the one where he uses his atomic breath to fly backwards? That's my favorite.
Sounds like a Super Sentai battle on Power Rangers.
Well, to be fair, there is a Super Sentai character robot in the Godzilla series. It's Jet
Yeah.
Jaguar.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Mecha Godzilla.
He's not Super Sentai, though. He's just a robot, which, again, we'll get to. We're just talking about Kaiju in general.
Technically, wouldn't he be a kaiju robot? The hybrid
Kaiju
form
bot.
that we all got.
It depends
I would
on
think-
which one we're talking about.
I would think a kaiju would have to be a known organic creature.
Because
a giant.
with,
Yeah.
Is
Well-
Mechagodzilla a cyborg?
it's a robot, but the thing is, in the recent Godzilla movie, Godzilla vs. Kong, they made it to where, like, Mechagodzilla's, like, I guess AI or, like, intelligence was
No.
based off of, like, Ghidorah's remaining head or something.
Yeah, they used that as like a blueprint for it, and
Which,
then it took over.
why the fuck would they do that? They picked one of the most evil
'Cause they're
monsters. It's,
dumb. It's power. We want power.
like, we could have had it, and then Godzilla would have killed Kong, and that's it.
It's like
We're done.
it's like when you watch Avatar and like you're gonna destroy that entire like that tree is their life and like, but the money, like you have enough money to live in space. You don't need any more money. But like money, fuck trees.
Greed will imprison us all.
I still fucking say James Cameron's Avatar is nothing more than overpriced Fern Gully.
Yeah,
It's
but
Pocahontas.
It's so
fun.
fun.
It's
And it
I could
Go ahead.
honestly, we could have an Avatar deep dive because even though
Yeah,
you've seen the story a million times, you've never seen it that well, that beautifully done.
bro.
He invented a new camera that you can free roam inside of CG elements. Like he invented, like
To be
Avatar's a
fair,
masterpiece, man.
We get to
Um,
see Sigourney Weaver at her hottest.
I do
Dude,
like
yeah.
Avatar. I'm
Young
just calling
Sigourney
it
Weaver. I would fuck that Navi of her. She
No,
was
I'd fuck-
fucking there.
No, I wouldn't. I would just be nice to her.
Anyway,
Not me, I'd eat
if you
that
think
blue
about
little-
it, Shakespeare's Hamlet is retold 1,000 different times.
Fuck
Lion
times,
King,
yeah.
Frozen, fucking Black Panther. Like all those are just Hamlet, and everyone talks about the whole race thing with the Little Mermaid, but they literally did it with the entire cast in one version of Hamlet.
Yeah.
Which I still like.
Wait,
Black
wasn't that
Panther,
Othello? Wasn't that just Othello?
No, it was Hamlet.
It was definitely a fellow though.
Get the fuck out.
Anyway, back on the topic of kaiju. And of course, there have been a plentiful version of Godzillas. Usually they're named by like what genre or who made them. Toho, Heisei, the 2000 Godzilla we got, which at this point, fun fact about it, everyone hated that Godzilla because it was killed by missiles, because, let's be honest, missiles
talking-
aren't supposed to...
You talk about the one with Matthew Broderick.
Yes.
I was about to say the same thing.
I liked
I
it.
loved his design. I
Yeah.
loved
The
that
design's
Godzilla
okay.
design.
People weren't happy though with how weak they made it, because I mean, literally, it just took missiles and it died.
It was a different take on a Japanese monster that was being.
Was it Matthew
Fuck
Broderick?
you, Connor. God damn.
What?
Dude, I've heard nearly everything I can about Zilla.
Hey, my name is Connor. I'm gonna do the spirit fingers.
Anyway, back on the
Wow.
topic. Here's the thing. After that happened, then they came out with the Godzilla series, which was a cartoon which further expanded on it,
That
or about
actually-
the baby. Go ahead.
That has one of the biggest Godzillas in the Godzilla verse. It's like literally the size of a fucking planet or something. Pretty
We might
big.
be thinking of a different thing, but...
Oh, you're talking about the cartoon like the
yeah,
G.I.
the
Joe
cartoon, not the
looking one?
anime.
That was
Yeah, not
garbage.
the anime. I'll get back to that. We'll get to that.
Garbage.
The thing
Garbage.
about that is, after a while, it turns out that most people were still wondering, like, does, that Godzilla still count? So what Japan did was basically say, it'll count, but it's not Godzilla. It's called Godzilla, but it still follows the lore of atomic testing affected an iguana, and it became Zilla.
To be fair, Matthew Broderick was the voice of Simba in Lion King.
Which is fun.
To be fair, Matthew Broderick also drunk drive killed a family of 2.
That is
Who
not...
hasn't?
Me, because I don't drive. Haha, murderers.
God damn it.
Okay. Now we'll get to the one that Matt was mentioning, which was called Godzilla Earth. So, they made an anime.
Oh
yeah. It was kind of
It
mixed.
was fine. I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
it was fine.
it had one of the biggest Godzillas that was like almost the size of like half the Earth.
To
Did they have
shorten
to
the
go
plot,
find like Mecha Godzilla at one point on that?
it's weird. The way it worked was basically kind of went where like throughout time around the 60s and stuff, after nuclear testing and stuff, more kaiju were showing up and just like starting to run amok. And then finally at one point, a Godzilla showed up and it was big as fuck, and everyone's like, this is the bad one, we got to do something about it. So I can't remember what they did. They had like special like robots, but they had special robots and they ended up killing it. They're like, all right, we did it, we killed Godzilla. What they didn't realize though, they killed the baby. Godzilla Earth shows up then, and as Matt mentioned, it is fucking massive. It would literally
It's a big boy.
it's a big boy. It would literally sit on Legendary's Godzilla.
It would make Ben look small.
Also, it was the strongest. It was the strongest because 1, it could destroy a meteor easily. 2, it had powers to literally distort reality.
Which oddly enough is kind of in Shin Godzilla, which is
Yes, that's the other one.
That was a scary one, man. They made him terrifying.
Yeah, they were
It
like,
only
we
get-
need.
It only gets to like phase 4, and phase 5 was about to happen, where you start seeing his tail break off into tiny humanoid creatures.
Yep.
Phase 6 essentially is like this giant human being looking thing, and then he eventually ascends into like his 8th form is like a sentient any universal can he's literally God. He's God. He is
Like,
the
This
God.
isn't even
Godzilla-
my final form.
Like Godzilla literally becomes Eldritch God.
It's
Then
me,
there's, of
El
course-
Godzilla. Cat, you were
Then there's,
laying
of
on
course-
the mouse and everything, you fat bastard.
Then, of course, there's the legendary Godzilla, the current one that everyone's gushing about, which, my favorite bit about him, the roar, it is immaculate. I can only imagine how people felt hearing it in theaters or IMAX for that shit, because they
When
probably bust.
When the first one came out, because, the trailer made it look like Heisenberg versus Godzilla, which, they just had Bryan Cranston to get you in there. Even though Godzilla's technically only in the movie probably 15 minutes in total.
Yeah.
Every time he shows up, you hold your breath. Because you just see
Yeah.
a foot,
Big ass boy.
Mhm.
and then at the end when he finally,
that
knocks that
was
dude's
great,
head off.
Hi, Godzilla! That's actually not Godzilla, but it's a
I love that. And then we got Godzilla. And then we got the second Godzilla, King of Monsters, which established there are kaiju hiding in the ground. Ghidorah shows up. Mothra was there. Mothra's fucking cool. I love her. She
Mothra was great, yeah.
But I just love when kind of Mothra I think it's more Godzilla absorbs her power some, and then he goes nuclear Godzilla, and that is a shit stomp. Watching him just walk towards Ghidorah menacingly, Ghidorah please, I beg you.
See, but what they did on that one was they took everyone's complaints about the first one, we need monsters. Give us monsters. You want monsters? Here you go. The only thing, what made me, because the what are they, Mutos in there?
Mutos, that's what they're called, yeah.
Yeah. It's a sharp clover monster. Because it has
That's what-
the whole little, and I was like, that's Cloverfield. It's just Cloverfield.
Cloverfield
Which
could
is what I'm
counts as
No,
That's
he's a
kaiju.
kaiju. That's
is.
an American
It
kaiju
is a
right
kaiju.
there.
Yeah. So yeah, he counts.
It's like
Actually,
American
Matt,
Kaiju sounds like an 80s,
American
Teen
kaiju, would you hold my hand?
I don't mean to sound like Junior Garza for a moment, but Matt, imagine a grudge match between Godzilla Earth and adult Clovey.
I think.
I feel like that's not a junior
Godzilla
thing.
Earth would destroy him, but
There's probably a lot of them.
if
Because
there's,
remember, there's multiple Cloverfield monsters, right?
I believe
Well,
so.
There's at least one.
there's two, because
The first one was a baby, technically.
you got the baby counts as one, just as the big ass one counts as the same one because it's different growth patterns.
Yeah.
But the second Cloverfield monster is the termites that are on it.
Oh yeah.
You know, or
Those
not the
termites-
termites, but the fleas.
Yeah.
The fleas. The fleas.
Yeah.
Please, the fleas.
Please have mercy.
If only they were playing bass.
Dalton, you can tell me to leave. You can tell me to leave.
No, your puns are funny. Puns are terrible.
Feliz Navidad.
Okay, since we're talking about kaijus, we have
him!
to fucking talk about goddamn Pacific Rim because Guillermo del Toro was like, I like giant monsters and I like giant robots. I want to make movie about, I don't know why I sound like Dracula, but I really love kaijus and giant robots. I make this movie for you.
I absolutely loved when I heard it's like, why did he make this movie? He's like, I like robots, I like giant monsters, and I put them together, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Dude,
I mean,
I
now-
don't no, continue.
I was just gonna say, now we're technically moving on to the next part of it, robots.
Yeah,
Because
it's
we're
a
gonna-
good segue into it because, I don't remember the second Pacific Rim at all.
I heard it
I've
was
never-
just
I've
kind of.
watched, like,
It's
5 minutes of it.
It's fine, but that's how much it didn't impact. The first one, it's incredible still, man. But what makes the first one seem more based in reality is that a lot of the shots are from handheld, and every time the robots are charging up, it takes a second for all that power and torque and whatever you want to call it, all that coming. The second one is they're just ninjas. It's like this is a giant fucking robot that walks under the water to fight monsters. It should have to build up pulls
Yeah,
that fucking
it's
sword out, cuts the
it's
thing
Like
in half.
trying to punch
It's-
in a dream.
It's more grounded in reality in the aspect that everything done has its own sense of weight.
Mhm.
And weight and momentum and shit, because whenever you scale down, the bigger something fucking is, the
more
slower it
energy
looks
it
like
needs.
it's moving, even though it's moving pretty fucking fast. Like, if you see a car that's moving like 20 miles an hour, that's slow as shit. You see a fucking battleship going across a fucking seaport or something doing 20 miles an hour, you're just gonna be thinking, damn, that thing's hauling ass.
Same
That
thing when you're
explains why
walk-
Ben looks so slow when he's running.
when you're looking at a plane, it looks like it's not going fast at
Yeah.
all, but it's like
Almost looks like it's staying still.
Yeah, the minimum takeoff speed's 120 something miles an hour for most of them.
I could run that.
The bigger an organism is, the more energy it requires.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's one of the reasons why a lot of people debunk the whole megalodon thing. It's like, surely there's a megalodon. It's like, it is too big, and it could not probably...
in this climate, yes. Like the
Yeah.
way our animals are, everything shrunk down. Because back in the dinosaur days, there was like megafauna and shit like that. Like these
giant
were massive.
insects. Like, yeah, they were
Yeah,
fucking huge.
like plants were massive. Like, you know, Pangea itself was an absolute treasure trove of just megafauna and shit.
But yeah,
Feed Miss Seymour.
back to Pacific Rim. Great fucking movie, and I love the concept how they did the robots. You know, they could have simply did one man controls it.
They could have done a Gundam thing about it.
I will get to Gundam, but not right now.
I like Gundam.
I do too.
I've never.
And
I do
Zoids,
too.
we can talk about Zoids too, technically.
Oh,
By the
that
way,
means-
don't. By
I
the
was
way,
gonna
don't.
Go
Go ahead.
continue.
No, you know you.
I was gonna say that means if we're talking about giant robots and stuff, we could talk about Evangelion as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
yep.
we'll get to those. We're just
I
kind of covering.
Never seen that.
I've
What?
only watched the first stint of it,
See,
Mhm.
and that was actually a couple years ago. Like, dude, it is worth checking out.
It's still an influential anime.
it's a bit
Ben,
of a
why are
mind
you
fuck.
surprised that I haven't seen it?
I'm
That's
not.
what I'm talking
But yeah,
Ben was like, "What? Like, how are you not surprised?"
back to. I almost said specific rim.
Specifically, rim
She
jobs
basically-
are delicious.
Specific rim job.
Anyway,
Thanks, Ben.
what I enjoy about the robot thing, like I said, they could have done one person thing, which nobody would have cared if they did, and would have been like, okay, fair enough. What they did was the concept of mind melding, that you can't just have one person do it. You have to have two people who are
Yeah.
compatible in the mind, and they have to operate together, it's so, like, complicated, but it's cool complicated.
Who do you think, out of the four of us, what two groups do you think would be able to do that?
Matt and Ben,
Yeah, I was
And
gonna say me
Matt
and Ben. Probably.
Dalton, you and me would work
You,
well.
you and me 100% because of this. I like us playing video games. We don't even have to fucking talk, and we're just able to do shit.
Bruh, we finish each other's sentences. Sometimes.
No, we don't.
You didn't even let him. You're like, bro, we finished each other's
I was gonna
dinner.
say
It's
penises.
dinner.
There's Discord lag, so it would have been like, we finish each other's...
Sandwich.
That,
Oh,
that makes it funnier.
sentences. Yeah.
That makes it funnier, but I wouldn't have done it. I just would have sat there.
Yeah.
Hey,
Another
I think it would be me and Matt though,
Yes.
for sure.
I feel like me and Ben could probably do it.
Probably.
Yeah. Me and Matt could probably, I'd say, too.
If it was me and Connor, I'd just be screaming at him the whole time.
Me and Ben would just
wouldn't
fucking
work.
die.
It
If it
wouldn't
was
even
me
work.
and if me and Charlie were in one of those, we would just be like the whole time, like, "No, you can't tell by the way I use my walking on."
All I picture is Matt and Charlie pinning down a kaiju, and they're like, finish it off, and you just see him, like, positioning himself. What are you doing? I mean, he's winning.
Kaiju. When we put in kaiju, that was the first thing that I thought of. It was just like
Fair enough.
kaiju.
Going back to Godzilla. Excuse that.
Bitch
voice crack.
ass. Fucking leaving us.
He had to let Perseus out. But yeah,
Perseus.
going back to Godzilla for a second, Mechagodzilla. Because he's a
Yes.
fan favorite, and it's debated because it's weird because there's been like Mechagodzilla, but he had like old Godzilla's thing, Mechagodzilla 2, 3, Mechagodzilla Kiryu, like all this shit.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Mechagodzilla was in Godzilla Earth, but he was more of a defense system kind of thing. Like an
Yeah,
AI
you talking
system.
about
that-
Mechagodzilla?
Yeah, briefly. I was talking about the versions we've had, you know, the original ones that's had like old Godzilla brain, one that's been a good guy at some point, that shit, and of course, then the Mechagodzilla that was in Godzilla Earth, but that was like a defense system. Like a
Dude.
grid.
Godzilla vs Kong was like so baller of a movie. I remember when it came out, this one girl's complaints like, I didn't like it. It was too CG. I was like, do you think dudes in suits is gonna cover it nowadays? As funny as
I mean,
fun
for
as that would-
nostalgia and humor, yes.
Yes.
For like
But
real movie though, no.
No, absolutely not. I was like, what do you? It had to be, unless they had an actual Godzilla and an actual King Kong. Like, all right, go fight on these fucking ships in the water.
I do love someone did a edit where it's the scene of like when they first fight each other on like the carrier, and instead of them fighting, you just start seeing King Kong like playing the drum, ba-da, ba-da, ba-do, do-do, do, and then you just see Godzilla. I can feel it.
I just imagine the scene that Matt just said. Just like you see like James Cameron sitting in a chair just floating on another boat. He's like, "Stop, Godzilla! You fucking looked at the camera for the third time!"
His
like
name is
screaming at
James
Godzilla.
Cameron, the bravest pioneer.
I just feel like nobody else could do it besides James Cameron.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
Nobody
That's why Avatar was great. You've seen the story 1,000 times, but it was done so well with new shit. He literally advanced how movies get made from his movie.
Like how George Lucas advanced movies at the time, to the like without him, the stuff wouldn't have been jump started as quickly as it was. And some people wanted to argue me on Instagram. I'm like, bro, check it out. He made Industrial Light and Magic, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Yep.
ILM. Oh, you never heard of it? Well, you should. They cover everything you've ever seen.
Now,
They're the
real
reason
quick,
we have CGI.
Not
Now,
gonna
real
lie,
quick-
I wished whenever I was a little kid, one of my dream jobs was to work for ILM.
Also,
Really,
it's probably
my-
to go
my
to Top
dream
Gun,
job-
but you know.
My dream job was either to be a rodeo clown or a mortician. Or a rodeo clown mortician who brings a bunch of corpses outside and the like, woo, and just like hang them up like a matador, get them all gored.
I wanted to be a train conductor and a geologist. And
I want to be a
veterinarian.
trank conductor where I just trank people and then have sex with their bodies while they're passed out.
Matt, I think it's called rape.
As a rodeo
I
clown.
want to be
You don't
someone
let
who
me
can finish their
As a
goddamn
rodeo clown, that's
sentence.
fine. It's okay. As a rodeo clown, that's okay.
No, it's
I give you that.
they're having a laugh.
My dream
Stop.
job. My dream job is to get a sentence out.
There you go. You accomplished it.
Ah, fucking great. You're accomplished, Connor. It's all downhill from here.
Yeah, you peaked.
But yes, real quick for me and Dalton's sakes, because we're nerds. Zoids.
Fucking
Ooh,
love
Zoids, Liger
Zoids.
Zero.
Literally, it was just animal robots. By the way, Dalton, there's a small, like, kind of comic shop that opened up in San Angelo, like, really small. It's near the ghetto area. But they did have
San
Zoids.
Angelo, the whole thing's a ghetto area.
I know. They did have Zoids figures there. The only one I saw at first was the bowl.
Okay, so I gotta admit, well, it's not really anybody, but one of my favorite things that I keep thinking of would be a great VR game would be Zoids. Like you can play it sitting down and shit.
Yep.
You know, like you grab the fucking controls and stuff, and you can like shoot stuff. Like it'd be outrageous. Like doing a Gundam game VR would also be good, but the Zoids one, I would just jack off the whole time probably. But no,
Of
it was
course.
just-
I mean, there was a VR game called Riggs where you were in your own little mech suit, and it was kind of like a little battle royale kind of thing, where it's like you versus like 5 other
That's-
people.
yeah, I've seen
That
that.
was, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, but it's kind of like what I'm talking about because like you could, the stuff's there. It's not. It wouldn't be that hard to do a Zoids game because
I've got
like
a
you're
hot
seeing
take.
your shit, and then people see your stuff. You're just seeing the cockpit. What do you got?
I got a hot take on this.
If you say you hate
That's-
Zoids, that we can no longer be.
No.
friends.
I love me some Zoids.
Oh, okay, cool.
Zoids would be a much better VR game and much more controllable VR game than Gundam. And
Just Blade and Sorcery. Like you
Well,
can play it with multiple people. and
here's
shit
the
like
thing. You forget the fucking jetpacks. The fucking jetpacks with some of the Gundams.
Oh,
You can-
I could get.
it's-
I could
I
get
mean,
into
I've
a
done
whole
several
ass thing
VR
about
games.
that.
I've done
Like-
several VR games that have jetpacks. I mean,
Yeah.
the functionality's there.
I just see Zoids as a little bit of a better one. If
It
we
would
were
be
to-
easier to make because you're not having to do a lot of the stuff. But like Blade and Sorcery, they could just make mods to make you Gundams.
Plus,
It really wouldn't be that hard.
plus there might be better flight controls with Zoids, and I'm 100% down.
And of
I
course,
would love a VR Zoids game.
before I move on to Gundam, just to gush for a bit about Gundams, Matt brought it up. We can mention Neon Genesis Evangelion, which is
Yeah.
still today a very influential and crazy anime.
I did not know
Yeah.
how blasphemous that show was going to be.
Oh, it's fucking crazy,
Oh, yeah.
bro.
Essentially, an angel came down that we took it, so it's still impaled on a cross, and we've been pulling pieces off of it to create our own things to fight every alien that's coming back to try to get their homie. But like each time a new alien shows up, we've got to get in these giant mech suits that you get in a little tube, and it's like, dude, each time, dude, every time they had to figure out how to kill something, it was insane. Like that one, it's like a giant cube, like pyramid thing, and it was impenetrable. But the only way they could get to it is they had to wait for it to fire at them to fire at the exact time to hit through the shot. And like, dude, that show is insane. It's super violent. Pretty fucking cool. Only I don't know when it's gonna end because there's like 3 movies that say they're the actual ending. There's like 3 more versions of the anime that say it's the actual ending. Like,
there's just a
OVAs
lot
and
of
shit.
people who get upset because they think, oh, the ending was too sad or was too inconclusive, and the guy's just like, that's how I wrote it, bro. What the fuck do you want?
Welcome to life, bro.
Yes.
yeah,
Congratulations.
The other funny thing is, when it comes to, I actually watched a video because I was going through a depressive episode, and the video had Shinji, and it was titled. Anyway.
I said shocker when we said we would do a depressive episode.
And I watched a video called The Desire to Not Exist, and it basically just featured talking about Shinji. Like, that was the whole point of it, was just talking about the shit Shinji's going through. Which, by the way, that poor kid, man, he is not meant for that world.
yeah. His dickhole dad's like, here, just because you're my blood, so you can handle this. He's like, I just want to go to school, and like, nope, you're gonna go fight monsters, you fat bitch.
Now go make out with this MILF randomly. What?
Thanks a lot, Dick Dad.
Yeah, basically.
I was about to say Bo's afraid.
And finally, of course, Gundam.
Okay, so my thing about Gundam. I distinctly remember one Gundam where they were in the middle of the Gundam and he was like moving and controlling the Gundam. But then I've also seen other ones where they're controlling it like a Zoid.
Yes.
And I have no idea how the fuck anybody decides how they're gonna control it Gundam.
It's
Okay, Dalton, who are you gonna pick, Ben or me?
Matt.
Fair
Well, whoever designs the Gundam chooses how it fucking runs, bud.
There
you go.
That's a fair one. I like that.
Like, I'm sure they have multiple ones. Like, you got one that's just
I
a bunch
know.
of fucking rotaries and cranks and.
Steampunk fucking Gundams, like
Dude, someone put that in an AI generation app right now. Steampunk Gundams. I'm gonna Google that shit. There better be one.
I'm doing it.
While you do that. So here's the real reason, Dalton, and you're gonna kind of giggle at it when I say it. The reason why there's one where they're basically fighting with their Gundam, like inside of it, it's because a studio one day said, hey guys, Dragon Ball Z is really popular. What if we combine Gundam with Dragon Ball Z? Genius.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how we got G Gundam.
Rotating burning finger.
Yep. The rest of the Gundams play exactly like you'd expect. You're in a suit, you control it like this, so and so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which I love how some Gundam fans get butthurt because the original Gundam, I mean, it's just called Gundam, but some butthurt fans will get upset. It's like, no, you have to call it RX-78. It's like, why?
Oh, no, I don't. Go fuck
It's a
yourself in your
fucking-
small couch in your mom's basement, you fat piece of bitch.
I do it, you rich motherfuckers.
But yes, Gundam deserves a shout out because, I mean, it's just robots fighting each other. That's fucking cool.
I've honestly never watched Gundam, but I mean, it's always been there. I had the toys. I had the battle damaged ones. Those were cool as shit.
Come for the giant robot battles. Stay for the traumatized children and war crimes.
I
gotta be honest,
yeah.
I looked
traumatized
up
children.
Steam-
Like, there's
I
literally.
looked it up.
Yeah, it's got some cool
And-
shit.
Oh no, the steampunk fucking thing, like we just talked
Steampunk
about.
Gundams.
Yeah, it looks kind of like this one. Just kind of looks cool. Let me. That's not the right one. Nope. There we
By
go.
the way, random thought.
This one just looks
Connor-
cool.
Out of the cast with Gundam Wing, I could see you being a Catra.
That,
A Catra
not the one you
22.
posted.
God
Oh, no,
damn.
Catra is the Egyptian guy that doesn't like killing people.
Oh, are you talking about G Gundam in that regard?
I said Gundam Wing.
Oh, let me look that up real quick because I don't remember that one. I apologize.
Yeah, Katra. He's like white-haired, blue-eyed. He lives in the desert. He's like the prince and shit. And he's just like, I don't want to kill you, so please stop coming at me. And he just fucking rips them to shreds.
The shreds, you say?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's like, I don't need it. I don't need it.
I'm trying to see what his
I
Gundam.
need
Trying to
it.
figure out what his Gundam is real quick because I can't find it.
It's Quatre Gundam.
QUAT. Oh, like Quatre, the thing.
Quatre. Quatre.
What, you crazy bitch?
I watched her fucking do that shit.
Every fucking time. I'm literally trying to save more porn to send to Connor to be a good friend. I was gonna send it to you, and you come in here with your real titties while I'm trying to look at fake titties. God, my life sucks.
I haven't seen that one actually, and I apologize. The only ones
My
I really
life
know
sucks.
from
Says the guy who's gotten laid
the
recently.
only one I know from Gundam Wing really is
Yeah.
Gundam Zero and Gundam Wing Epion.
Hi, Zul.
So
We're talking about-
scared Matt. That was funny.
we're talking
Yeah,
about Gundam
did you
shit.
see the door open?
Yes, I
No.
watched the whole thing.
Yeah, good because I waited a minute just to see if
Yeah,
anything would
she's just like-
happen, and then I came in because he wasn't moving.
Yeah, I saw you. I didn't want to say anything.
Good.
I'm a
Happy
good friend.
birthday.
Now, real quick, one Gundam I'll mention that I think deserves some recognition is Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans.
God,
That shit's
all about the business,
fucking-
this guy.
Honestly, we've been on topic more here than we've ever been,
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
talk about kaiju
Ruin
and
it.
robots, and we're just like, topic, stay on.
I'm here to ruin it then.
Oh God.
That's okay.
Don't worry, I'm
The
gonna.
gurgling noises, Connor.
The Guac 7000.
Yeah.
Hey, I
worry,
just
that-
realized, out of
Does that all
everyone
the time.
here, there's only 2 of us that haven't sucked Matt's dick.
Yep. That's true.
It's me and
Get
Devin.
over here,
What?
birthday boy.
Wow.
Come get
Don't
your
worry, Devin. I'll be
birthday.
cursing. I'll be cursing
me,
your
I'm
name
the
whenever I'm
president.
editing.
Matt, tell me the truth. Do you like her more than me?
He wants to
He
know
can't
if
even
you-
hear you.
if you like me more than him.
He does have bigger tits, but you got a bigger butt. But Ben's got a bigger butt than all of us, so
Fuck yeah,
That's
bitches.
so truck.
Matt's
What do you
just
see back
Trying to get a
there?
harem
Like,
with his
if
wife
Ben-
and his
if-
best friends.
If
Like,
Ben
you could
didn't
smell
wear
a whole Mexican back there.
he has before, cute boy.
if
How do you
Ben
think I
didn't,
kept myself afloat? I was.
if Ben didn't
How
wear
you
such
got
tight
across the sea?
if Ben
Across the sea.
if he didn't wear such tight
Across the
pants, we'd
sea.
literally hear this.
Just them cheeks
With
clapping.
each
How do
step.
you get anything done?
I just
He can't
do
stealth.
it.
Like,
because
how do
the
you
clap
climb
of his
them
ass cheeks.
towers with just that weight off your back? Like,
He
with your
climbs
back?
it with his butt cheeks.
Oh.
God, could
Yeah.
you imagine if his butt was the other way and it would just be sitting there doing this the entire way up the fucking ladder? Like, click, click, click.
300 feet later.
You gave me Kugisaki, Matt. Respect.
I'll be back.
Oh, he's leaving.
I forget he doesn't have
But
the
yeah,
headphones.
Connor, highly recommended Gundam Wing.
Yeah,
No
look
joke.
into it. Because I do want to watch. I want to binge Gundam just for a while for funsies.
Yep.
My sister and I bought like the very first one on the box set.
Oh fuck yes.
She
Respect.
swears to Jesus that that was our first anime, but I swear to Jesus that Dragon Ball was my first anime. So
Inuyasha was mine, thanks to Ben's sister.
I mean, technically, mine
Yep.
was Yu Yu Hakusho.
yeah,
Good
everybody
one.
has
That's a
their own first
respectable one.
ones.
It's a tie between DBZ and Sailor Moon for me because my sister was watching it.
No, you know it was you. Ben was like, Sailor Moon.
No,
Bro,
she-
even me as a kid, I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, Sailor Moon."
Hell yeah,
She
Sailor
was-
Moon's a
no,
fucking
Sailor
slap,
Moon was
though.
hardcore back in the day.
slaps.
Here's the
She could
thing.
kick
Here's the
Goku's
thing.
ass,
No,
100%.
Hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
She was watching Sailor Moon. And she's like,
Ooh.
ooh, Sailor Moon. And I'm like, ooh, tits.
Scary.
Wow.
Fair. I
Ben
love
was like,
Sailor
"Oh,
Uranus.
look, those girls in those sailor uniforms. That's what does it for me now."
Yeah, I like teenage girls and sailor uniforms, says Ben.
I
Yeah.
At
sti-
the age of 7.
I
Yes.
still
You like him at
the-
the age of 7?
No, I was at the age of 7, you dipshit.
Okay,
We're
yeah.
all
that's a
7.
good
He's a
cover.
pedophile. He admitted it.
God damn it.
All right, we're done. We got him.
We got him.
We got him, boys. That's it. All years of friendship. It's just
One-
a lie.
I like that joke.
One of my
damn it.
favorite scenes from the Sailor Moon dub was
You want
I
to
can't remember the
comment?
exact scene. It's when Sailor Moon's like, Tuxedo Mask, give me a break. He's not even here. And the guy's like, oh, yes, I am. I am Tuxedo Mask. And he just kind of like holds up the rose. And the voice actress for Serena just does the most, he is Tuxedo Mask. I don't believe it. Just the most deadpan delivery. I can't
Gross,
remember who
get a
did the.
room.
Bye.
Sorry. Hold on. Gross, get a room.
They
We're
have
in
a room.
I know.
Yeah.
Get another room. We have an apartment of rooms.
So yeah, I mean that's the bit for kaiju and robots. Why do we like it? Why the fuck not?
Why the fuck not? Say it again for everybody in the back.
Why the fuck not?
When you got a
Because we're
big
men,
ass
that's why
fucking
we love it.
robot that's fighting a kaiju and it uses 40-foot Connex containers as fucking brass knuckles, you know, it's just fun. It's awesome.
That monkey funk.
And I mean,
Brass
even
knuckles.
with like the old Godzilla, just watching dudes fight in suits, that was still cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Goofy, but cool.
I gotta be honest, just watching big monsters blow up like civilization makes the anarchist heart in me just happy.
The anarchist hard on in you happy?
Yes.
And you know, AI may be able to try and do something with it, but they'll never make it as good as it is.
I don't know, they just made a really badass steam fucking punk.
I'll be honest, that didn't
Yeah.
look that cool to me. It just looked rusted.
I think it looked cool. I
Really?
mean, it makes really good porn though.
Its name is Rusty Shackleford.
Anyway, Ben, this was your topic. Make with the
So-
talking.
So there's there's a lot of fucking talk about how AI is fucking just taking over shit, right? Like some people are using it for commodities, you know, and just, you know, silly gags and whatnot. Everybody's got that fucking AI mirror fucking app installed on their goddamn phone.
I actually got rid of that because I realized I still had the subscription to it, and I was like, why the fuck do I still have this? So I canceled it and deleted it.
Wait, you pay for that shit?
Yeah, he paid for it for a minute.
It was
used for
fun,
a sec-
yeah.
It's fun for a second, but like the novelty wears off quick.
Yeah, but like, there are people that are undergoing. Well, there's this big ass fucking writer strike that's going on, based off of the AI shit, like ChatGPT.
Dude, there's the actor strike too because they're technically fighting because the studios are wanting to use their likeness as like AI's generated, so that way they don't have to pay them that much anymore for like they're
Crispin
like,
Glover actually saw this happening with Back to the Future. They were talking about since they used his likeness in the movie but didn't pay him for the second one because they didn't like working with him, because Crispin Glover can be difficult to work with, right? But he was saying he actually made a whole court case about it and did this whole ordeal, so that way it was like, everyone was asking why he did it. It's like, so that way in the future there's something to look back on when they start doing this all the time to everyone. It's like Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One.
Yep.
Yeah, he looked terrible because of the AI, because at the time, but it was like they used his likeness and brought him back and used another guy who almost kind of looked like him. Of course, with Leia, they actually had her permission.
Well, they had her
She was
permission.
still alive when it happened.
They also had source material, like more source material for Leia than they did for Grand Moff Tarkin.
Yeah, the more source you have of something, the more you can do. I mean, I see it all the time because people like to have like the Team Fortress 2 mercenaries singing actual songs. And one of the songs I heard was for Out of Touch. And while with one character it sounded a little weird roboty, listen to it as the engineer singing it. It's on point. It almost sounds like the original.
Well, it's because AI is nothing more than pick this, put it here. Pick this, put it here. Pick this, put it here. Here you go. It's complete.
y'all know Corridor Digital, right? Of course.
Yes.
They had they made their own anime. It's called Rock Paper Scissors. They used one of those AI things that kind of like turns their shots into a cartoon by using a style from another anime, and it looked pretty good, man. It was super intense, like, oh, you're going to throw cross blades, like. It's funny as fuck, but they made a second one that's even better, and they made a video about how they went from the first to the second, because the first one, they just used the AI to do it while kind of manipulating how it worked. Then when they tried to do that on the second one by having, they paid an artist to draw all their scenes pretty much in his own anime style for them, so they weren't ripping anyone else off. But when you put it on the video, it's kind of still janky.
Yep.
So Nico had to learn. You've seen all this stuff on TikTok where there's one thing you use where it takes your frame and it puts like 2 other frames in front of it, so that way the AI will kind of link them up to it where it runs more fluid.
Yeah.
So he had to like there's like a 30-minute video of them trying to make the second one better, and by the time they did it, like they had to whore out like most of the scenes to other people to like, we need to get this finished. We're gonna find, because they brought it up, like, even though AI is a great tool, if you're just relying on it, that's all it's gonna be, is just a tool.
Yeah.
As an artist, you take that and you run with it. So they're still putting artistry in there, making everything smoother. And then when they got it done, the second one is like light years above what the first one is. So I highly suggest watch Rock Paper Scissors from Corridor Crew. It's fucking hilarious. The behind the scenes shit, dude, I was blown away. I was like, man, respect for having to like learn a whole new fucking system just so you can get your fucking work done, man. You put it's badass.
It sounds like something the people that make Love, Death, and Robots would do randomly. It's like make one where it's a plot based off AI or just like the like animations for it.
Honestly, I gotta look into that one because
Love, Death, Robots, get on it.
no, not Love, Death, Robots. I know about Love, Death, Robots. I didn't see that.
I will. You're talking about the Rock Paper Scissors Corridor Digital? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll actually just send that to you.
Fuck yeah.
It's like Black Mirror, honestly. I liked Black Mirror as a show.
Dude,
Black Mirror is great. It's pretty much just the Twilight Zone in the future. It's future Twilight Zone.
Modern day Twilight Zone.
Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I watched it because the way it was set up, I watched it from season 5 back, and it's kind of, everything kind of goes backwards, obviously. Like, you could watch each one individually, like, whatever, but if you watch it going backwards, you start noticing a lot of stuff that was in, like, other episodes. So I was, like, sitting there, it's like, wait a minute, what's going on? So basically, it's kind of telling a narrative of different stuff throughout a timeline, but it's just different stories within this weird, different world.
Yeah, Black Mirror. I remember, like the very first episode, they make that dude fuck a pig, which is like the best ever.
Prime Minister.
Yeah, the fucking minister fuck a pig on live television.
What?
To save a lady who wasn't even in danger.
Yeah,
What?
She wasn't even kidnapped, and he did it to save her. And like, yeah, she wasn't even kidnapped. He just fucked a pig, you bastard.
To be fair, that pig probably had the best 30 minutes of its life.
Dude, there was one episode I remember where this kid, came home, you saw him jerking off on the computer, blah blah. Then he gets a call. It's like, hey, I need you to go get me this much amount of money or whatever. I'm gonna put pictures of you masturbating on the internet. And he's like, oh shit, I got you. And I was like, who gives a shit? They're gonna leak all your fucking porn and show you jacking off to it. Like, that's nothing. But he ends up fucking robbing a bank and like all this terrible shit, and then he ends up meeting someone else out in the woods. Like, they got you too? Like, man, it was just some pictures I was looking at. It's like, yeah, how young were they? And you're like, oh, he's a pedo? Alright, yeah, you bastard, you dirty little trickster.
Dang it.
Oh, they straight up kill everybody at the end of that one too, and I was like, that's a good end to all of
You
that.
dumb bastard, stupid bastard.
What the fuck
Dumb
is
bastard.
Black Mirror?
Dude,
It's Twilight Zone.
It's Twilight Zone, but in the future.
Anthony
dude,
Mackie
there's-
makes out with another dude in it. It's great.
Yes, I was gonna mention it. Striking Vipers. Basically, Connor, they have this little fucking thing that you plug into your head, and it's basically true virtual reality where you're completely disconnected and your mind basically goes into a dream state.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got these two best friends, who've known each other their whole fucking life. One of them picks their favorite character, which was a female, and the other one picks their favorite character, which was a male. They start fighting, and then they realize, oh shit, we can feel everything. And then they just start fucking each other on the regular in the game.
Incidentally, the female fighter was actually the chick from Pacific Rim.
To better explain it, that's a good little singularity thing there, but it is the live action Love, Death, and Robots.
Yes!
Yes.
So
Yes.
there you go. Each
There was
episode
one-
is a fucking trip.
There was one that had Miley Cyrus in it.
Yeah,
And,
that was actually really, dude. No, I hit
was
her.
really good.
That was a good episode. It was really
and
fucking
she
good.
she was a celebrity, obviously. The same, she's kind of the same as what she is now. But what happened was she was put into a coma, and they brought out these dolls of her and stuff that used like basically her mind as an AI kind of in a way.
Yeah.
And they were able to like do her songs and stuff. It was like a dumb AI for like, you know,
It was
dumb and
ripping
smart.
her. It pretty much ripped her off while she
Yeah.
was in a coma, and then she was trying to fight back. And at the end, she kind of like turns it into
Yeah.
a punk rock. Fucking is, dude.
I
Little,
gotta
like,
say,
dumb
watch
AI
that
Miley
movie, bro.
Cyrus being
dude,
a badass.
I gotta say, that whole fucking episode had me tripping out, because with the main song that she was supposedly famous for and everything, and it was like, that's a familiar fucking rhythm. Where the fuck have I heard that before? And then I was like, it's like off the tip of my tongue. And then whenever she's like, this is what I dedicate to my fucking aunt, and she starts singing a cover of Head Like a Hole by 9 Inch Nails, I'm like, God damn it! Like, that was, it just kind of came together, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah, no, it was honestly, Black Mirror is fantastic, and I thought about rewatching it again.
I
Yeah.
need to do that too. That's a good revisit.
Me 3, honestly.
Do a deep dive of Black Mirror.
Fuck
And then make
yes.
fun of Anthony Mackie for making out with a dude.
I don't
And then
give
getting
shit.
into a fist fight in the rain.
I just don't like Anthony Mackie. He's a cunt.
Mr. Mackey. I'm good.
This guy's an Avenger. His real name is Clarence. And Clarence's parents have a real nut. He was the guy Eminem battle rapped in 8 Mile for you white people that don't know that.
I
do.
have 8 Mile on Blu-ray, thank you.
No, you're cool. They're not, dude. Like,
Ben masturbates to 8 Mile quite often.
bro, when
It's like, I'm the real Slim Shady.
Devin doesn't even like watch the movie, but when it gets to the end, when he finally has his rap battle where he takes them, it's like the best. It's so good, dude. Even when they're like, it's like the big battle, and like they already beat the shit out of him. They had sex with his girlfriend. They know his mom's a fucking drug addict, and like, oh man, they're gonna say all that stuff about you, and he's like, shit. So instead of that happen, he gets to go first, and he's just like, yeah, so yeah, you did do that. You did fuck my girl. I'm still here screaming, fuck the free world. So tell these fucking people they don't know some shit about me. Oh, bro, it's so good. Just watch the last like 10 minutes of that, and it even if you don't like rap, dude, it's fucking brilliant. It's a masterpiece.
Admittedly, I fucking love the paintball drive-bys, and I kept trying to picture people in it.
My favorite thing that did for the paintball drive-bys is in Scary Movie 3 when they're doing it, but then he just
Yeah.
has the long stick with the like, like
Yeah.
that shit's so
Scary
funny.
Movie 3. Like, we could do a Scary Movie deep dive at one point.
Let's
because
do a scary movie scary movie deep dive, not a scary movie
Let's-
deep dive.
Yeah, like actual, like the stupid movies.
You
The
know
ones
what?
I remember are 2.
I love. You remember 3? How did you?
Three has the
How do you
aliens
wake
in
up-
it. He,
how do you go to
he
sleep?
cocks-
Wait,
he cocks
yeah.
the shotgun. Got the
How do you go to sleep dead and wake up? Or how do you go to sleep awake and wake up dead?
Man, you
That's
can't
what she
go to
did, done
bed dead and
Yeah.
wake up alive. That shit would be redundant.
We could totally do a scary movie deep dive.
Oh, and it still has one of
Guys,
my
got it.
favorite, like, out of context moments. I got it! Without the hands and powerless!
I was about to say it. Just Anthony, not Anthony Mackie. Goddamn, Anthony.
I have a
What's his name?
feeling that we're gonna be
I forgot.
knocking out a shit ton of deep dives.
Yeah,
Pretty
we wanna
fucking
do a-
soon.
It's time to just start doing deep dives at this point because we keep talking about it.
Yep.
Fine, I'll watch Midsommar.
Yes! Yes! Oh my god.
Bro, just cause like, oh, I'm Sweden, Norway, Sweden. Like, how you should have been telling me about that movie, honestly.
Yeah.
I knew about it as soon as I saw I knew about it a long time ago, and I know how traditionally American Christian media is about when it comes to paganism. So I just immediately get turned off to the idea of watching it.
Sweden thought that it was a comedy, which it kind of is to Ari Aster.
Jesus!
It is. It kind of is, honestly.
Swedes
That's
are-
what he says. He's like, well, Hereditary and Midsommar are family movies. Like, just because they have families in them does not mean they're fucking family. That's why I love you, you weird bastard.
I fucking
That's
love
the
Ari
man who would
Aster.
probably make a scene of a girl getting raped and be like, it's a romantic comedy.
Dude, I think Beau is Afraid is the only movie he's made that hasn't had a bunch of naked people at the end of it.
Yeah, no. However, no, I'm not going to spoil it. 'Cause
Yeah,
Connor
don't.
Connor still has to
Connor
watch
needs
it.
to watch Beau is Afraid. You need to watch Midsommar, and then let's do this.
Let's get
please.
Seth. Let's get Seth in on it.
It's gonna be here. Seth
To be
took
fair,
notes.
Connor, Beau is Afraid is not as scary as they're not as like fucked up weirdly as the other ones.
Yeah,
Hereditary-
Dad. Yeah,
it's not
totally
as bad
not.
as Hereditary. Like
No, it's not Hereditary at
all
all.
hell Cream Pie Man, you know.
I would say if you can handle Midsommar, you can totally handle Beau is
Yeah.
Afraid.
Midsommar just
was a
gave
lot-
me a disappointed feeling at the end. I won't say it because Dalton
But she
needs
was
to watch it.
happy.
She got brainwashed!
Anyway, we'll do that as a deep dive.
Oh yeah, from what? Oh, bro, see, we watch Beau is Afraid because we're having this conversation.
Connor, trust me. Beau is Afraid is not nearly as bad as Midsommar, and it's like a
It's
a
not the
tear-
point. How am I supposed to understand it when all I hear is Dick Dad, giant dick?
Well, maybe you should fucking watch it and find out, you cocksucker.
Oh, don't worry,
And-
that part's only 2 hours and 40 minutes into the movie.
Then I gotta tell you.
So is it gonna be the same as when I watched Pink Floyd The Wall and I had to watch the vagina flower become a fucking monster?
kind of?
I actually painted that for Seth. Look
Oh,
at
that's
that.
Oh, that's cool, dude.
Incidentally,
Oh, yeah,
Ben,
but
when
it
you say
destroyed you.
trust me, like that is like the worst thing to say because immediately most people are gonna think, "Oh, this guy's trying to lie to me."
I mean, to be fair,
Bunch
Ben
of
likes
that.
fucking movies.
Lie, Dalton.
Well, it's just one of those things that I've had to stop doing because I did that a lot. And people was like, "Oh, trust me, it's fine," and then I realized that psychology-wise, it actually makes it seem like you're trying to
absolutely.
lie to them. And I'm like, I'm generally trying to help, but I realize that actually doesn't help. So.
I'm gonna have to learn about that when I go back to college for it. Like, I'm gonna have to learn about that shit. That's
Dude,
gonna
I
be a
could probably
whirlwind.
tell you more about psychology than I probably should be able to. I'm
But
very
yeah.
good at it.
But to finish up
Be
the
fair.
point of our topic,
Robots are great.
Yep.
not what I meant.
But it's not.
Are we still on robots?
We're on
No.
AI.
Oh yeah.
The
yeah,
point of what I
yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
the point I wanted to mention for it is that Matt did have a point that you can use AI and you can go with it, you can work with it to make it actual art. But in general, if you're just using AI as art, like most people do to get porn out now,
Well, I mean, you could
there's
also
not much
use,
to it.
you could also use it in a foundational kind of sense, because like let's say you want to write a book, right? But your paragraphs are shit, your spacing is off, all that fucking bullshit. But you
Probably
have a
shouldn't
shit
write
ton
a
of shut the fuck up, Dalton. I have an idea. Shut the
Not
fuck
you,
up.
I'm just saying, just
Well,
if you
okay.
have that problem. Continue.
But like you have all the ideas, you have the plot points, you have the characters, you have the scenery, you have the everything. Everything is set up. You've got all this shit in a goddamn fucking convoluted basket, but you can't really lay it out right. Then that's where the AI comes in. Like it's like, here's the characters, boom. Here's the setting, boom. Time of day, boom. Big bad, boom. Weapons.
That's
You
you,
know,
could already do that in Chat GPT. I guarantee you,
Oh.
someone can write a
Which
book by
is-
using Chat GPT.
Hold
which
on.
is-
what
which
what
is
you
AI.
just said, Ben, is what Matt said in a lot less words.
No, he did it in a structural fucking CGI animation thing. I'm
Matt
thinking
said
more
that
of
it's a tool to be used in exactly that, but extensively.
I mean, that's fine.
I mean,
I get it,
it
'cause-
does help explain it to other people who might not have understood what you were trying to say. But I'm just,
Mm.
I like to point out that Ben likes to stretch shit out.
Well, yeah. Have you seen my asshole?
It's not my fault my dick has a birth certificate.
Oh my god, I can see.
I'm
Let
going
me-
to stretch your dick hole over a fire hydrant.
Ben, shut up!
Wait, is
I
that
love
Lemmy?
the fucking-
Is that Lemmy Winks in there?
No, it's Sonic the
got
Hedgehog.
I fucking got him.
What'd he say?
No,
Said
Ben,
not my
I
fault.
just love that birth certificate. It just makes me giggle. It's like, she didn't know I have a birth certificate. Like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, in the Latter-day States. Latter-day
The
Taints.
Latter-day Taints.
Latter-day
Latter-day
Taints,
Taints.
Oh god.
You
Jesus
people
Christ,
are-
the Latter-day Taints. We're what?
You're disturbing.
Banana, banana,
If that disturbs you, then walk away.
Anyway, my disturbed artist is Disturbed, the band. That's the name. Go. I'm good. You have a good day.
All right.
It's actually not. I just liked it.
I was about
I
to
just
say
thought of it
that's like beginner newbie metal.
Yeah, that's what
It is.
that's-
It is
that's
beginner to metal. Yeah, intro to metal. That's what I say all the time.
Disturbed artist. All right, Matt, what you got?
Matthew Buendia. Nosferatu.
I'll just throw a random ring. You brought up metal, so then I'm thinking of like metal covers, which has a lot of super fucked up art. One of which always comes to mind, Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
Because they have the most fucked up covers of just violence and sex I've ever seen.
Their name.
I love Cannibal Corpse.
I know you do. It's on your fucking arm, isn't it?
No.
It's
I
not
don't
for a
think I-
cowboy.
I've got a job for a cowboy. I don't think I could get Cannibal Corpse on my body. That's. I love them to death.
I mean, Matt, you could get their initials on your penis.
Oh, I already have a stamp I put every day.
No. It'll just you get C.5. You don't actually get like Cannibal Corpse. You just get.
But
Cannibal
yeah,
Cut.
It would just say can.
Can core.
But
you just gotta write in a circle.
So they just have the most violent, fucked up art I've ever seen, and they've had the same artist do every one of their covers. His name's Vincent Locke, but he doesn't even let his kids see his stuff because you can't.
Well, yeah.
Like Cannibal Corpse's stuff, they usually have to have an alternate cover for their stuff that can be released in like wider places. You gotta
Walmart.
kind of order the uncut
White
versions.
whiter places.
Yeah,
No,
basically.
wider.
I know, but I know, but I said
I'm
white.
saying it's white, or yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, but like their second album called Butchered at Birth, it is just a woman dismembered on a table while two corpses are pulling her
Yeah.
apart, putting fetuses on hooks. It's
Yeah, I remember.
It's one of my favorite album covers.
Matt
It's
showed
so
it to me. You showed it to me when we were younger, and I was appalled.
Dude, whenever because
Thought you
you
were
know they
Connor.
got signed and they already had alternative covers, but like the dude running the place is like, no man, I want to fucking shake some stuff up. So we're not gonna put a new cover on this. We're just gonna wrap it in butcher paper.
Hell yeah.
So when you buy this butcher paper and you open it up, there's just fucking ribs and babies on meat hooks and two zombies carving up a chick who's like pretty much meat, like skin and bones. You're like, dude, just imagine. I wish I could have been there for that shock of like, new Cannibal Corpse. Holy fucking shit, bro.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if David Romero fucking drew something like that. Like, holy fuck.
Dude's
He
drawing
has.
some-
I've drawn some fucked up shit like that.
I kind of want to throw him out as a disturbed artist too. I mean, he's not. As far as I remember, he's a well-adjusted individual.
He is a
It's just-
very well-adjusted individual, but David Romero is he is a prodigy. He's where where I'm at now is where he was in like the 3rd grade.
Yeah.
He's the reason I got to where I am, because I'd be next to him, and he would win first place in every fucking art contest we ever had, and I would see what he was doing, and I would just try to recreate it until the point I'd kind of made my own style off ripping him off on some things. And then I started doing stuff. He's like, "Oh, cool, let me try that." And he would do it better than me. I'm like, "You're a bastard." There was
Many
one
times they
time
couldn't fucking realize it.
he just wanted a Nosferatu. He's like, "I don't have a Nosferatu. I can't buy one." So he just paper machéed a head of Nosferatu. Looked great. Put it on top of his like 7-foot tall lamp. Threw his trench coat around it, and then he made some paper mache hands, and he just had Nosferatu like 7 feet tall right behind his door. So like when you would walk, it got me twice, and I was there the same day. Like, "Oh hey, what's up?" I went white, like, "Oh my god."
Goddamn.
I forgot it was there. Then we went back in his room, like, "Bro, what's oh fuck." And then one time we spent the night, and we were like, "Dude, let's put it in the bathroom for when Anna wakes up." Bro, here's me, Andrew, and David just woke up real quick and started busting out laughing, dude. We got in trouble, but that shit was funny as fuck, man.
Okay, guys, I have to get off topic for a moment. I looked at David Romero's like thing he has where all of his pictures are. I wish I didn't. There's some cool ones. Don't get me wrong. I saw some. I was like, that is actually fucking sick. But then I saw some and I was like, time to put it up.
Dude, he made his own little fucking It was
Yeah, his
pretty
own
much
little
the
site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not even saying that.
Oh, sorry.
I was saying he made his own comic version where it was the story of Jesus, but it was in the future with cyborgs. So there was this cyborg Jesus that was trying to save all the robot people. And David's dad is a preacher, mind you. So he was like, David, this is blasphemy! Like, it's just Jesus, it's Robot Jesus! Like, it's Robot Jesus. Robot Jesus isn't cool? I thought he was cool. Like,
God dang.
Dude, him and his brother look the exact fucking same, man.
And his sister.
I mean, no. I mean, like, you look at him and Andrew, right? That's his name, his brother's name. Because I never met Daniel.
Andrew is our other friend.
Yeah. But I never met Daniel. Like, I've only seen Anna and David, obviously, because they were in our class. But I looked at a picture the other day that Anna had on Instagram, and they looked the exact same. Honestly, like Daniel looked like David in high school. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even look like, it looks like a clone of David. It's like he paper mache'd his own self to be in every fucking picture.
Execute Order 66.
I get you're going with clones, but
Yeah.
Now then, if I might posit to the dear listeners or viewers, because technically we have cameras now. Fuck you, Ben.
what? Yeah, Ben, fuck you. I don't
Yeah,
know why,
Ben.
but fuck you.
Yeah, fuck me for trying to be accurate with shit.
Well,
You should've-
now we can technically have viewers, because...
No, we can literally have viewers.
Yeah, technically it doesn't work here, bud.
Yeah, Connor. No, I don't know.
Literally
what you
will
mean.
work here.
You said it wrong.
Anyway.
I don't know what you mean.
Dear listeners, do you like the xenomorph? If you said yes, then I'll ask, do you like dicks? If you said that's a weird thing to branch off to, then I've got news for you. Xenomorph is based off a dick. You can thank H.R. Geiger for that.
Fair
Now,
enough.
where is he from again, Matt? I'm gonna.
H.R. Geiger?
You have the world at your fingertips.
I know, but I figured I know, but I figured Matt was like the expert.
I bet he's from like the Midwest
he's
or something.
He's Swiss.
Swiss. Yep.
Oh,
Hans
well, I hear
Rudy
their flag's a
Geiger.
big plus.
Yeah, he's from Switzerland, yeah.
Apparently, some people really don't know specifically how to say it because it's either Geiger or Giger.
I honestly think it's Giger. I like saying Geiger.
Yeah.
It's Geiger.
Because it's like Geiger counter. I mean, I'm American. I'm a Texan. I'm gonna say however the fuck I want. All right, bud.
The
Yeah.
Swiss speak German.
But looking at most of his work is just, it's a weird trip.
Dude,
I mean, that can be said for most people we're talking about, but
one of his quotes was, he's like, I don't paint what I like. I paint what terrifies me. Because all of his stuff it's like horror themed. Everything. It's
Horror theme.
there's like machine elements, sexual themes.
Biomechanical would kind of be a great term, because
biomechanical.
it's a mix of machinery and flesh, but it's very sexually frustrated with like anger or like
that game that came out, Scorn, that has H.R. Geiger influence.
Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't play it. I just wish it was better, because Agony are like, they look great. It's like, oh, you're traveling through hell, but it's like they're boring as fuck as an actual game.
Well, as they say, it's meant to be more of a viewing experience rather than a gaming experience.
I know.
Which, by that, you would think they would have just done like a series, a movie, or a short.
Something like that. It'd probably be a good short.
But I did
Does it
appreciate
make
it.
sense?
It's not.
If it makes sense, we don't do it.
Fair enough.
Sorry, that's my role for electrical.
Yes.
If it makes
But-
dollars, we send troops to it.
If you want, you could totally go look up H.R. Geiger, whatever you want to call him. Great artist, mildly disturbed with how he draws stuff, and actually, my brother Kyle owns the most giant fucking book with a lot of his artwork.
It's incredible, man.
And one of it
scary.
And one of it has the exact artwork that inspired the Xenomorph. Literally just this weird alien thing with a tongue. Its head literally at the back, shaped like a perfect penis. And I guess Ridley Scott saw it and said, yes.
Could you imagine
Yeah.
if our dicks had a little mouth in it?
Yours doesn't?
Yeah. No, that's not a natural thing.
Why
no.
do you think Devin loves Matt so much?
Yeah,
Fuck, you're right.
It's slowly pulling out her uterine wall.
Oh, never mind. I
So-
regret
She
what I
does
said.
it every month anyway. Haha.
You just gotta prolapse her vagina just with your fucking little penis mouth.
That should be like the
Listeners,
first
I'm sorry.
the first quote we get on a shirt. Hey, you should just wear their vagina with your penis mouth. Like what? What is
Prolapse her
the
vagina.
for this?
I'm gonna get you with my mountus.
Listeners, I'm so sorry.
He's sorry, we're not. We don't
We're not.
care.
I don't give a shit.
Listeners were sorry, viewers were not.
Yeah, I forgot I'm not wearing pants. Set up my leg up a second ago. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just in my underwear.
I was wondering what that smell was.
Do it, Dalton. It's your turn. Show your wiener on the podcast.
Wiener on the podcast. Ooh, another wiener on a podcast.
I gotta be honest. I don't want to blind everybody.
It's because he's white.
Thank you.
His dick is so white, it's technically see-through.
That's why you can't find it.
Now,
That's why I haven't had sex in so many years.
Now, I've mentioned H.P. Lovecraft before, but I feel like he does bear another mention. I mean, very disturbed, very xenophobic, literally came up with fucking Cthulhu, which spawned the entire universe of...
That's H. Lovecraft, ain't it?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a video that I keep seeing on Instagram, and it was
Because
like,
I'm looking at H.R. Geiger on my thing, so my brain
Yeah.
heard you say H.R.
H.P.
Geiger.
Lovecraft. Oh, I
Yes,
probably said
okay,
Geiger.
'cause I
That's
was-
my fault. I'm
It could have
sorry.
been, yeah, alright. But yeah, H.P. Lovecraft, of course we gotta bring him up. Because those
There
are the
was
two
a-
dudes, I think, like, if you die, if there is a hell and you die and go there and it is your worst creations ever made, them two are, like, probably the worst off I've ever can imagine. Like, they got the craziest fucking shit.
Dalton,
But-
go ahead.
there was an Instagram video that I saw, and it was just like, normalize naming your cats like very black names, and it's like like Jamarcus, and then randomly it just showed H.P. Lovecraft, and it just started being JoJo's main theme. And I was upset because I couldn't send it to Connor because it's two of his favorite things, H.P. Lovecraft and JoJo together.
That's the best, dude.
I tried to find it on YouTube, but it was not the same. It was not the same type of video.
My
but it's just like,
favorite. My favorite is always Matt. I mentioned that Mario Judah song I listened to, Die Very Rough. It's just the video of him singing that song, the line of My oh my, I found you, ninja. Don't you run for me, little ninja. And it's just captured when H.P. Lovecraft finally finds his... It's still the best thing ever. And it doesn't help that near the end of like the little video, you see Mario Judah doing this as he's saying, he's going... Just picture Lovecraft doing that with his cat.
How'd
Get
you get-
over here.
How much Mario? Because like, this is that big black dude, right?
Yeah.
Because I know one song Andrew showed me where he's super auto-tuned, but he's just going.
No, the only one I know is Die Very Rough, and I only found out about him due to the Lovecraft meme.
we could fit. Ben, what the fuck is that?
My microphone.
Why does it look like it's randomly like paint, like Microsoft Paint CGI'd onto your
He's
fucking
compensating. He's compensating.
It's called Bia, I think.
No, dude.
Now,
Just
real
like the
quick,
red light does not look like it fits. It just doesn't.
Yeah. That's because it's just...
I've got one more artist I want to mention real quick for a Disturbed artist. I mean, I don't know if we can call him Disturbed, but I feel like he can.
David Draymond?
No, Salvador
10,000
Dali.
fist in my ass.
Salvador Dali, or also known Marquis of Dali of Pueblo.
Yeah. Ooh, no.
Man, shut the fuck up.
Pueblo?
Anyway, now, of course, as we know, or if you didn't know, Salvador Dali is an artist, and he deals mostly with surrealism. But he's famous for pictures you might have seen before. The Persistence, Dream Caused by Flight. There's literally one called The Great Masturbator.
Yeah.
But
He's-
yeah,
like I said, I mean, and that dude like lived in the 70s, man. He like died around like the 70s or 80s or something.
That's not helping.
sorry.
Yeah, the melting clock picture.
Yeah. The
All you had to say is the melting clock picture.
The persistence of memory. It even says technique. Paranoiac critical method. That tells you all you need to know.
But yeah,
Yeah, he was a bit of an old bull.
But yeah, apparently from what most people have said about him, highly disturbed, very strange individual.
All right, well, if I will chime in another really a disturbed artist, but Hieronymus Bosch. Because
Where have I
he
heard that before?
he used to do these giant paintings of like hell. He has one that's like paradise and hell. It's like so huge. It's got like the good side of the earth over here, and like it's got the like, bro.
I've heard of him before.
Just Google him, man. Look at some of the art. Hieronymus, well, I mean, yeah, Hieronymus Bosch. Or you could just type in artist who painted hell, and he'll be the first one that popped up. Because he would just meld like pictures of, like, there's like a giant head pulling its mouth open as its own body while all these people are thrown into it.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking crazy, bro.
There's
Oh, he's from the Netherlands.
There's some weird part in one of his main paintings where it's like this demon playing the flute to this sheet music that's on someone's ass. But someone actually translated the sheet music and they played the ass music from the painting.
That was not a sentence that I ever thought was ever going to be uttered in all of humanity.
I'm trying to see if I can find that picture real quick.
To be fair, that happens quite a lot in Dungeons and Dragons.
I see one of what looks like a dude with his ass open and people living in it.
That sounds like Vor almost.
I found a guy who looks like a weird squirrel-like creature playing the drums on a dude's back. And one of a tiny bird eating a dude who is literally farting out crows.
I mean, that's what I do.
Is he
Doesn't
counting them
everybody?
too?
We're going to try again.
Why are we doing that, Connor?
It doesn't work.
Well, then don't do it. If you don't know why you're doing something, don't fucking do it.
You know what? Fuck you. I'm doing it to spite you. You're gay.
I ain't gay.
Ben, you gay.
There's
You
only
suck dicks.
there's two people who are half gay, and I'm neither of them.
Ben, does your mom know you're gay?
I ain't gay.
I'm
No,
gonna
she
text her and
doesn't.
ask that.
Actually, Dalton, she doesn't know.
I'm gonna tell her you're gay.
Oh my gosh.
Where is it? What are you doing? I just typed in ass
Kiyomi
sheet
texted me, so I'm
music.
gonna message that instead.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
okay.
hey, gentlemen, if you don't mind, I'm going to be right back real quick.
Why?
My cat is going crazy and apparently starving. Or
Put
so
your dick
he
in his
thinks.
Go to Podcast Talks. Here's a small clip of the ass sheet music. There's a video on YouTube where someone actually wrote that down and they played it. It sounds fucking eerie as fuck, man.
Probably sounds like total ass.
It actually doesn't, so that's even funnier.
So it's the shit.
How funny? Yeah.
Gotcha.
How funny would that be if someone went to translate and was like,
It's like Rick Astley saw that. He goes, "I got an idea, guys."
Oh my god. I'm not even laughing at what Ben said. The picture itself.
I mean, who would laugh at what Ben says?
It's
You and Matt both did.
it's the fucking demon just.
Ben, I don't know what you're talking about. I never laughed at a single thing you ever said.
Oh my god.
Liar.
I want to buy that picture and hang it up.
It's actually really huge. It's a 3-piece picture.
Oh, that's fair enough.
It's called the Garden of something.
Earthly something.
Yeah, Earthly Delights.
Okay, but gentlemen, if you don't mind, I'll be right back in like 5 minutes.
It takes that long to feed your cat.
Well, I have to get the food out of the car, and there's also a water thing I need to get.
Yeah,
to.
it takes him some time to masturbate into his cat's food bowl.
I mean, he right.
Extra protein, got it.
That's his
But yeah.
tradition.
Are we okay, or?
You're good.
No,
go
no,
for
we're
it.
not. I hate you.
Okay, cool. I'll be back.
Die terribly. Get mugged
Got
again.
terribly in a fire. Oh wait,
Jesus
sorry, Ben.
Christ.
Just leave it up. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I don't have pants on.
So what? Then turn or just be a man. You can't even see anything anyway.
I'm just kidding.
That's pants.
Just go get your fucking food!
Hurry
God
up.
damn it.
Hurry
Fucking
up.
go!
You're wasting so much time.
Jesus Christ. Some of us have to work in fucking heat tomorrow.
Someone's gotta work in heat tomorrow. I don't have to. I get to play that haha, bitch.
Fuck you.
to make noise too.
By the way, since I know he's gone, it's gonna be a minute anyway. I did get a call today for a job making $60 an hour
Nice.
in Georgetown.
Fuck yeah.
And then I said, "Hey, I got some journeymen." He's like, "Do you know any other electricians in the area?" Yes, I do. I know a lot.
We're gonna
Did
need
you
to
ever-
call in the boys.
The boys.
It's gonna be
Like-
one of the. You need a montage of like, I don't do that anymore. Like, come on, I'm starting a team. I need you. Like, I'm getting too over this shit. I'm in. Like,
We should
one
do that
last
with-
ride,
I
man.
should do that with my dad, man. Be like, "Dad, I got a job for us." It's like, Dalton, I don't do that anymore. Dad, you literally have been doing this for 30 years.
I told you, Dalton, I'm not hooking anymore. Your mama didn't like it.
My mom has a job. Like, I didn't think she was gonna get one that quick. She's got a job.
Nice.
Yeah, she makes more money than the last place, but she works less, so she makes about the exact same amount of money a fucking week. But
Hey, that's a thing.
anyway, are we done with artists?
Yeah, I guess.
Think so.
Yeah.
All right, since we don't have Connor here to interrupt us because he's a cunt.
Yes.
So the 1960s was a weird time, right? We can all agree with this.
Yep.
There was a lot of weird shit, drugs going on. Anyway, a man named John Calhoun, I'm reading that right, studied behavior of mice and rats. And he put them in a utopia. And what he did was he basically had it where they were constantly getting food, they were getting all their supplements, all their stuff needed, everything was being cleaned all the time, and it was basically a huge experiment of granting all of these rats, all of this, everything you needed. And what it did was the rats, which are very social creatures and very similar to us in a lot of ways, they started to populate. Because what do you do when you have nothing else to do? You fuck.
I mean,
And
rats fuck though.
Yeah, they do. But anyway, they stopped after a while because they had nothing to do. They just got bored. Like, they started to just create cliques and just start hating other rats for stupid little reasons. Like, and it started to get really, really bad to the point that they were having all-out war against each other in this utopia because they didn't have anything else to do because they were trying to survive.
Lest we forget the one of the subclasses is the beautiful ones. That was constantly fucking grooming themselves and shit, just not participating in anything, just not even leaving their fucking you know, living area.
They were like
kinda
Valley Girls, basically.
It kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of that South Park episode when they get the sea people and Cartman puts the cum in there and they make their own society and they look at him as a god. But then they end up seeing Butters as a god too, so then they split up and then they have like this giant fucking holy war.
Yeah, no, it was basically what happened is they started just fucking everything. And it didn't matter what it was. They just started fucking everything.
It's because there were no real problems anymore.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
created problems. And
Because
a lot of people
there has to be an adversary.
and
Even
a lot
if
of
it's
people,
the most minuscule shit.
yeah, and a lot of people have seen that in similarities of our own current culture. Is how people are just making up fucking problems.
I saw a comedian today where he's like honestly, like, people get mad at comedians for, it's like, if you're getting mad at satire, then you got it pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
There's
right.
people in Ukraine getting shot in the face, but like, well, he sounded racist when he said it. Like, what the fuck?
There are people across the globe going through shit problems. Like everyone says America is like a really racist country, but they have no idea of what it's like in Africa. Because South Africa is, if you're a woman, for one, or if you're a black person, and you try to go into college in South Africa, you will be drummed out, you will be bullied, you'll be abused. If you're a woman, you'll be probably sexually assaulted. And they will treat you like absolute shit. And then it's like, oh yeah, America's really racist. Like, South America is fucking worse. And there's less white people there.
Saudi
That's
Arabia
probably
is
the majority.
bad. Like
Saudi
fucking
Arabia is
No
so bad.
place is good. We just got better Wi-Fi.
Everyone
You
wants to
should.
create our problems here because we don't have a lot of problems. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
openly, we
Make our own
really
problems.
yeah, we don't, and we all try to see each other for this like absolute bullshit, superficial reasons. And Pokemon said it best: was it's not the circumstances of our birth that are relevant; it's what we do with our lives. Thank you, Mewtwo. But it's just the fact that this experiment has seen like basically a first world problem. So you're gonna create a utopia. Humans are going to kill themselves. We're gonna fuck ourselves out of existence. Because I see you, but I already see our problems now. Is millennials aren't having kids.
Yep.
Like, we're not gonna be able, like, our generation that's supposed to take care of us is not gonna be there to take care of us when we're old. We're gonna be
when you try to have kids, you're gonna be like, sorry, I fucked up my hormones growing up, so I can't even produce them right now.
like
Yep.
like China right now, they had that one child policy for so long that they were killing their girls because everyone wanted boys because of the culture. And they're having the same struggle that I was just talking about of they don't have people take care of the old. They don't have people to supplement the jobs.
Yeah, they went past the point of no return in the fucking 90s, and so now if you look at their age demographic, it's like an upside down pyramid, which essentially means everything's gonna fucking collapse.
Yeah, like China's gonna collapse in the next 20 to 30 years. Easy. Like,
All
they're
right,
not gonna last.
Let Connor talk.
Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt.
You should be.
Meowth also had a really good quote from that movie.
God damn it.
Wow.
It's just to spite Ben.
I mean, spite
I feel kind of
me too.
But what's
Like, we all feel spited.
What
was his quote?
Let me speak. We do have a lot in common: the same earth, the same air, the same sky. Maybe if we started looking at what's the same instead of always looking at what's different, well, who knows?
Yeah, right? Yeah, no, that is a good quote. He's right. It is a very good quote.
Like,
It's true. But
with regards to the downfall of everything, I've actually got an author to cite and a shout out. Fucking shout out to Peter Zion, who is the author of The End of the World is Just the Beginning. And he actually talked at great length about the shit that Dalton just mentioned, as well as a lot of everything. Like, he basically covered the whole fucking world over the course of, I think, 12 hours.
dude, I already see it. Like, I see it in my job. My job is one of those that you always need. I'm an electrician. You always need an electrician because everyone's all pampered and stuff. It's like, we need electricity. Because, like, people will die right now, especially with our heat, because they can't stand it because they're not used to it. Me specifically. But the whole thing is, I see it as, like, lately, we've been having problems with electricians. The amount of people that are old, who are about to retire, who are in their retirement age, are our journeymen. Like, they're the people, they're a majority of our journeymen in the... boring you, Connor? I'm joking.
No, sorry.
Anyway, no, I know. But it's just, a majority of the journeymen in the electrical trade are about to retire in the next 5 to 10 years. And then it's going to leave people like me, who are young and in our generation, and there's going to be like 100 of us for one area. So, like, best way to explain it, there's 2,300 journeyman electrician in Texas. Like, I think that it was 1,500 were close to retirement age, and that was 5 years ago. And it's getting to the point that I'm able to almost make $60 an hour, like close to what doctors make a year, because of my job. And that's why, kind of one reason I haven't left it yet, because I can make a fuck ton of money doing it. But it's also getting to that point that we're in such a high demand that it's getting kind of hard to keep up with it.
It's gonna end up killing. It's gonna end up killing those that stay with it.
Yeah, because the trade itself is good for now, but it's kind of balanced. But in the next 10 to 20 years, we're hurting. Like, we don't have people.
Everyone's gonna be hurting right now.
Well, it's because people
Everyone was told to go to college. They were told to go and, do these big, awesome jobs to make all this money. But, like, here I am making more money than most of the people I know that went to college.
And even then,
Connor,
the people going down to college are gonna get a job where McDonald's is paying just as fucking much. If, like, you might be making $1 more.
If I could get a master's, sorry to interrupt, if I get a master's in psychology and I end up making the same as a McDonald's employee, I'm gonna be a little bit concerned.
Dude, I gotta be honest. Psychology is a good idea and I like it. It's cool. But in the grand scheme of things, at the end of the world, where's your psychology degree gonna get you?
Yeah.
Where's your fuck? I mean, electricity could help you there at some point. You can rewire stuff. But if the whole power grid goes off, you got no electricity to work with. You're
I
just another
have
fat
ways
slob like
to
the
make.
rest of us.
I have ways to make electricity work without power grids.
Like, yeah. See, seriously, like, somebody fucking bombs the fucking power station in your community. The water treatment plant gets fucking hit as well, so you don't have any fucking running water. What are you doing with that degree?
Mine?
It reminds me of there's a Whitest Kid You Know skit where they're like a whole bunch of anarchists and they're like, yeah, we finally just threw down all the fucking government officials, full on anarchy. We're gonna just do what we want as the people. And someone's like, hey, what about the nuclear plant? Like, if that thing stops running, we're gonna die. Like, all right, well, I guess we can make a few people still work that plant. Like, well, how are we gonna like? Well, we can make shirts. Like, well, what if someone else just makes a shirt? Like, well, then maybe we could have someone walk around to inspect the shirts. Like, sounds like a cop, man. And they just beat that dude to death because he sounded like a cop. So it's like anarchy wouldn't fucking work because there's still shit that has to be done.
Well, like, it's at the end of the day, like, I get, actually, psychology at the end of the world would probably be a good idea, honestly, because people would be fucking crazy. What do you got?
Do you want to know where I'd be, Ben? Do you want to know where to get me?
Where?
I don't know. Because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know if we're going to collapse in like 1,000 years, 1,000,000 years, 10 years from now. We don't know.
Or
3,
tomorrow.
2,
Yeah,
1.
I got about 12 hours and 35 minutes.
Connor, my point is, you gotta look into things that have a use beyond what you can do with it with a
Admittedly,
preset
psychology
infrastructure.
would be like
To
it
be
would be
fair,
a good-
Ben, you're not great in the field of like with people and psychology in that place, so you probably don't see it the way me and Dalton see it.
To be fair, Ben would be good for lifting heavy things and organizing things.
Yes.
I would still be a fucking bard regardless the time.
I picture you.
I'm just make people laugh. I can hold my own. I can fight. I can lift shit. But you know, if you want Matt, he's over there with the small guitar.
Dalton, real quick. You remember the Vault Tech guy from Fallout 4? I just picture it as Matt since he sells insurance. He's selling like bomb shelter insurance.
So Ben does have skills that would be needed, as in like he's a good shot and he's a hefty guy that's healthy that can still do work. It's like when you think about it, at the end of the world, what do you hold? Like, what skills do you have that you can help people with?
Like,
Well,
I mean,
I
the
know
other one's
what-
gonna be
I
fucked.
sold nudes online for 14 years, so that's what I can do. I'm hot.
All right,
Well,
cool. You're
for
the new
food.
breeder for our species. Get
Well,
in the bed.
to kind of circle around something that Connor mentioned, I think like 5 or 6 months ago, he wanted to get into bushcrafting. That would actually be a damn good skill because you know how you learn how to fucking make your own.
That
shelter.
That's a hobby.
Well,
Yeah,
here's
but it's still a good hobby that could help you.
No,
at the
yeah,
end
I
of
know,
the day.
Alright.
I know.
Connor. Picture this, okay?
We're both butt
You're in an
naked,
God
banging
damn
on
it.
the bathroom
Shut the fuck up,
door.
Connor. God damn it!
Why
It
not?
wasn't-
Oh, get that I had given her an extra.
You're the one who always says, "Picture this," and like you're yelling at Connor, and it's me because every time you say "picture this," we both butt naked, banging on
You
the
know what,
bathroom
Connor?
floor.
Fuck you still because you still roast Dalton and not either of us. But
I roasted
It's
you
because
earlier by
you
saying,
guys are really easy to roast.
motherfucker, I roasted you earlier by saying if you didn't wear tight jeans all the time, you would literally walk in, we'd hear this.
yeah,
Your
no,
ass
we
is
can't
so
hear you
fucking
clapping.
fat. You get
But
what I mean?
anyways, so like bushcrafting might be a hobby to some, but if you're in an area that doesn't have electricity or running water, then bushcrafting's all you got. So
I know, Ben, but actually, here's the question I want to ask real quick. Did we start on the final topic, or was this a massive
No,
tangent?
yeah, we've been on it.
Because
We've
it was
been
about
on
the
it.
mice. Because we were talking about the mice and how like their society crumbled and how there's a lot of similarities between our society and theirs as it was crumbling because the mice decided they wanted to just kind of fuck everything and fight everything for no apparent reason because it was a utopia.
Ben? Hey, Ben, did
What?
mice have electricians? Did they have bushcrafters?
Connor, mice had. a
Did they
higher-
have nuclear power plants?
Do you
Mhm.
have a fucking
They do.
spinal column that is not porous as fuck because of your poor decisions.
I just pictured The Simpsons like Homer's job, but a mouse in the
Jesus.
chair instead.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, you can talk about the end of the world all you want, but it's like one of those that
We
how do you know
we
it even
weren't at
survives
all.
that point? Yeah, we weren't, but I mean, we were talking
We
about it. For a
were,
second.
we were talking about the off the wall experiments, and he got into like, how is a master's degree going to help you in the apocalypse?
Well, first of all, Dalton was the one that said it first, and I just kind
That
of
was
carried
me.
on with it.
Yeah, and then like 10 seconds later, Dalton said, actually, it might.
Yeah, actually,
Well,
it might
this
actually
is
help
already
because I mean,
off the
like,
wall topics and everything. There's actually a pretty good quote I heard the other day because my friend and this other person were having a huge argument about
you have other
abortion.
friends that isn't us.
Yeah, well, actually, it was Seth, but
Okay.
yeah, there was this. He did a bunch of screenshots of this fight with some lady about abortion. But it's like honestly, like I don't think you should do it, but I'm still pro-choice. If you gotta do it, just do it. I'd rather the baby just not have a life if it's gonna have a shitty fucking life. Everyone wants to fight for the right for a baby to be born, but once it's born, you're not gonna help the mom out. You're not gonna help pay the fucking bills. It's probably gonna go to foster care or some shit. But anyway, the quote itself, because he's not even a Christian, but he still brought in Bible verses about it. And this isn't a Bible verse, but it's when you die, God isn't going to ask you about somebody else. He won't ask you about the two men down the street who got married. He's not going to ask you about the girl who had an abortion. He'll ask you about the atheist that lives on the corner. He won't ask you about the woman who feels more comfortable as a man. He will ask you, or he will ask you how you love those people as he called you to do. So it's like that's just more of bullshit that doesn't fucking matter because we have to create problems for ourselves.
Yep.
I think we're just naturally destructive as just living
Monkey
beings.
brain theory.
Well,
Yeah, there you go.
monkey brain theory, yeah, but because we are apes, like we're primates, like we are evolved from the same lineage that chimpanzees were evolved from. We're not evolved from chimpanzees. That's a misconception. That's a misnomer. We're evolved beside chimpanzees from a common ancestor.
Mm-hmm.
But we decided that, or our ancestors decided that cooking meat and creating it and eating it that way, or cooking meat and eating it that way is better. It was like, oh, this is good. I like this shit. Fucking, medium rare, goddamn, it's great. Fucking, if you do well done, you're dumb. But it's when it comes down to it, like that helped our brains supplement and start to become we evolved to frontal cortex or prefrontal cortex.
Yeah, because we weren't shitting our brains out from eating fucking raw meat anymore.
Yeah, so and then at
We
the end of the day,
and bunga many more.
like chimpanzees have had wars. Like fucking apes fight each other. Like gorillas fight each other all the time.
There's so many movies about
Yeah.
Planets of the Apes.
Yeah, it's like we technically are already
There's
there.
7 of those.
Jane
there's a
Goodall
lot.
with the fucking chimp civil war.
Yeah, it's just like at the end of the day, when you think about it, like humans, we aren't evolved enough to understand not to fight each other all the time. Like it's very
can't
recent
We
that
have
we
to.
even evolved into this point. Or if you think about it, like there's some probably like religious reason for why we do it, but like science, evolution wise,
Sin.
You can hear
Yeah.
a crusader.
Simplified it sin. And for me, knowing the world's ending at some point, sin has to run its entire course. It's got to get more and more and more and more crazy. Every day is fucking crazy, dude.
yeah,
There's
like rich
crazy
people
shit.
and
Everything.
being pedophiles.
Everything. Sin comes in many forms as freedom and joy.
But in a
it's at the
science,
cost of your own self.
yeah, in a science view, we're not evolved enough for that. We're not evolved for this. We aren't. We're not evolved to just not be addicted to shit like that. Like I'm addicted to my phone. I'll fucking admit it. That's the first step to fucking fixing a
Goddamn,
problem.
we all are. Who the
We
fuck
all
isn't?
are. Like
Whenever you're like, hey, I lost my phone. Everyone's got to help you find it. We all got to.
yeah.
Or if you don't have it in the car, we got to go back. You got to. We got our whole lives on there.
I mean, it originally started from simply the point of, oh no, how am I going to keep in contact or know something, something important? Like if you're lost, you need a phone to get in touch with someone. But it's evolved to the point to where it's now, we almost have everything on this. Like if
used
this
to be
you have your life on it.
It was a pager that like beep beep. Oh hell yeah! You had they had like the see-through ones, and you had a little belt
Yeah.
loop. You put your pager in there, and then you got to go like, yo, you got a quarter, dog. You need to call out homie. What up, dog?
Mm-hmm. Now you can use it for anything and everything, including a work tool.
He's got
Yeah, you
fucking
can-
Pornhub right behind that man. He just has to swipe left once.
Like it's like it's a tool. It's all it is. It's a tool, kind of like the AI Matt was talking about. Is like this is virtually what we all use now. Like, if you
Yep.
don't have a phone, what are you even doing at this point? Like I use this for Spotify more than I use it for anything else
YouTube.
because I absolutely fuck YouTube, but I absolutely
know.
hate listening to the goddamn terrestrial radio. That
Yeah,
is
me
any
too.
reference. Because I
Mhm.
hate listening to ads. I fucking hate
Yeah.
ads to the point that
Ads.
it bothers me. I'm such a millennial in that fucking regard. Because millennials hate ads.
meanwhile, kids in Africa, what's an ad?
Let me tell you, child, they probably know what ads are. But you know, it's funny
Yeah.
because they talk about that shit. But there's actually a lot of civilized fucking areas in fucking Africa because the goddamn media wants you to think that Africans are like fucking malnourished kids. Like, yeah, there's a few fucking places like that, but
Malnourished.
yeah, whatever. I don't know.
We
I
got
can't
them-
speak English well.
We got him
But
too.
Africa's not as fucking third world country as everyone thinks it is.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of fucking places that are very like, you know,
That'd
big
be
cities.
that'd
It's
be
not
a good
Africa.
new quote on a shirt for us. Memento morons. Africa's not as third world as you think it is.
It isn't. Like the world
only-
itself, like, is very few third world. Like, the world itself is very. It's not as bad as everyone thinks it is. Like in a lot of places, like it's like, you know, like, yeah, there's still bad things. Like Afghanistan is absolutely terrible right now. God's forbid you're a woman there. Well, God
Yeah.
forbid you're a black woman in South Africa too. But
Or a dog.
well, that's China. But it's just, I don't know. I like to rant and rave on how people are stupid and the world is dumb, and like we think that we're right. Everyone always thinks that they're fucking right. They think they're the
we
smartest person in
are.
the goddamn room.
Absolutely.
But our average
100%.
IQ in America has dropped by 5 points in the past fucking 10 years. It's at
So what?
95.
That doesn't make me any less right.
It makes you more dumb.
Nope.
Like-
no, it doesn't. See, and I know that
Like-
because I said it, and I'm right.
Yeah, exactly. That's
This
a
is Texas, motherfucker.
very American answer.
This is America.
Very American answer.
You don't like it? Why don't you go
Matt?
fuck off to Bin Laden's grave or something there, bud?
Matt, name 5 countries in Europe.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Damn it.
I'm like descendant from like 4 of them. 5 of them. But no, it's
Ben?
first off, Americans need to really like get their shit
Jesus,
together.
I thought Ben was in a still frame and he lagged.
No,
Nah.
he was thinking and pondering, and he was
Yeah, he was
Like-
doing the like.
He was
If,
like-
if only he had a window to be like,
Yeah.
at this point.
Wait
I'm
a
just
minute,
like drunk
I have a
rambling
window.
about how dumb people are.
yeah, it is almost
If-
10 too. So I think we're
If
done.
somebody wants
Yeah.
to
Once we
finish
go on
that,
the drunk rambles, then it's time to scramble. You know what I'm saying, baby?
I'm about to piss my pants.
Jesus like a jello pudding.
Well, now I'll save mine for later because it's its own dose of fuckery, but at the same time, we got work in the morning. So
What do you mean?
Yeah,
we
we do.
peasants?
myself, Matt, and to a lesser extent Connor, because
Connor, are you working tomorrow?
Yes, but the thing is, since my boss isn't in for a dental appointment, I can technically go in whenever.
exactly to
Yeah,
a lesser.
like you said.
So that's why I was kind of afraid of doing the podcast, because I've got like hamburger meat in the sink and I still have to make hamburger helper. So I'm gonna have like midnight hamburger helper for dinner.
Not a
That's
problem with
fine.
that. We're the best guy.
Nothing wrong with
Anyway, if you got any bitches, gripes, and complaints,
I got it,
then hit
Do
us up
you-
at Memento Moron.
motherfucker.
it just fucking it did actually,
It just fucking did it.
but it
All right.
works.
Well, if you got any questions, comments, concerns, bitches, gripes, complaints, hit us up at momentumorons@gmail.com, and the offhand chance that you want to get some fucking merch from us, then also hit us up on our fucking email, and we will set you up right. On the offhand chance that you feel like supporting this fucking podcast, that There's a fucking train. God damn it.
I can't hear it.
Choo-choo! Yeah, but
Right.
his thing can pick it up though.
On the offhand chance that you want to support this podcast, 1, what the fuck is wrong with you? 2, thank you very much, and 3, check us out on our Spotify for Podcasters support link, which is https://spotify.com/pod/shows/memento-more/support. It is your one-stop shop for supporting this venture. If you want some fucking analog art pieces at a piece de resistance from a spick of all trades and master of Juan, then hit up my boy Matthew Lee Buendia over here on his Instagram handle at Nosferatu. That's Nos the energy drink, fur is in fur, and a dude is a fucking dude. If you want some if you want some amateur but soon to go pro as soon as he wants to fucking do it, voice acting, then hit up Connor over here. As a matter of fact, shoot us an email about it. We will throw him at you, kicking and screaming, because the motherfucker needs to do something with the talent that he has. But whatever the fuck. We're also on Twitter, Memento Morons. We're on freaking Facebook at Memento Morons. Just hit us up. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Pocket Cast, wherever the fuck you want us. We're probably there already. But Are you doing fucking jutsu hand symbols now? What the fuck?
See Connor. I always feel like Connor's middle finger is like super forced.
jutsu.
Like Connor's middle finger looks like it's super forced, and it's like mine's just kind of like.
Dude, the best middle finger I've ever seen was me and my brother. We were working on a fucking out on some ranch or something, but he had got fucked over by this dude in Brownville where he was cutting grass for him. Like the dude fucked him over, didn't pay him what he said he was, cut him short. But anyway, we were driving back behind Big Lots, and he's like, dude, that's him, his boss is in back there cutting grass. And I was like, bro, flip him off. And he's like, nah, but as we were driving, he just kind of... Dude, that guy just like, he had one of those modes, he just let go and just sat there. While he was like, Dude, we laughed the entire way home, bro. It was so fucking funny, bro. It's like if the middle finger had a question mark next to it. It was like fuck you.
Like, huh?
If it's something about a do, I think, right, Ben?
Yep, without further ado, I shall bid thee adieu.
God, you're so fucking cringe. God fucking damn it.
Go.
Yeah.
You know what?